our agenda's on the sideboard. Today is the 13th. I'm going to go over the warm up. I'm going to do a couple homework problems to make sure you understand how to complete the homework. Then we're going to do a matho game on literal equations. We're going to review literal equations for our quiz tomorrow. We have a quiz on literal equations, so I want to make sure that we understand literal equations. And then lastly, we have a group assignment, which is solving functions. You don't have a solving functions quiz until next week, but we're going to do a group assignment on solving functions f of x, and finding key features and stuff like that. If you're probably not going to finish the group work today, if we don't finish, then we'll finish this on Monday. Okay? Because tomorrow is our quiz. We submit our work tomorrow, turn in our work tomorrow, and then we're going to do our quiz on literal equations. Okay? Any questions, comments, or concerns? Yes, babe. Submit. Mm-hmm.
No, wait. Like the first word on the second or third.
Submit.
No.
It's on the board. I don't know. It's on the board. All right. Let's turn to the warm up. All right, your planner. We're on week 7. We're writing our homework in our planner. Please make sure that you check off homework. Check that off. If you watched the video, I didn't write that down, but if you watched the video yesterday, please check that off. Make sure your interactive notebook is intact. The pages on the interactive notebook are on Canvas, and I'll show you where they are here in a minute, okay? After we finish the warm-up, I'll show you. Okay? Thursday, Math 1 homework. Okay? All right. We need to complete the packet. So if we didn't finish something in the packet, we need to make sure that we finish everything in the packet. And again, we need to be mindful that our iReady project is due Friday, next Friday. Guys, please make sure. That's why we're doing iReady. You should be doing iReady in your homeroom class on Mondays. You should have, and I sent out some messages on it. You should have 3 lessons. Some of us already have 3 lessons completed, but some of us don't have one. Not a thing. When I go in and check, some of you don't have anything. You have to have 3 lessons complete and pass. Okay? And this is due next Friday. That's the 21st. Okay? Questions, comments, or concerns? Yes, baby. I'm sorry. It's a project grade. It'll just be a 0. They do. Okay. All right. Okay, let's look at anybody still writing? Okay, I'll pause, baby. All right, thank you, babe. Okay, so we're looking at our warm-up. All right, so the formula that we use to find the slope, or remember, the same thing as slope is saying rate of change. I'm going to put that here, rate of change. Because they give you 2 points, you use M is equal to, that's the number for the letter for rate of change or slope, y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. Okay? For the first one, I'm going to label my ordered pairs. Yes. This is x1, y1. My second ordered pair is x2, y2. Okay? right, so now we use our formula. Is that, yes, that's the tables. Y2 minus Y1 over X2 minus X1. What are we going to put on the top? What minus what? Negative 19 minus negative 4. What are we going to put on the bottom? What minus what? Negative 15 minus a negative 5. Okay, so what does that give me on the top? That gives me a negative what? That gives me a negative 15. And what does that give me on the bottom? That gives me a negative 10. Let's reduce the fraction. We can keep it as a fraction. So let's just reduce the fraction. A negative divided by a negative is going to give me a positive slope. All right, let's reduce it by what? We can reduce it by 5. So on the top, that gives me a positive what number? And on the bottom, positive what number? 2. Okay, any questions? Why is it positive? Because a negative divided by a negative is going to make my whole answer a positive. Questions about that? Did anybody get that right on their own? Okay, a couple people. Yes, baby. Sorry. You okay?
I got it wrong.
Mm-hmm.
Because I forgot it's a negative. I just forgot.
You forgot to make it a positive. Okay. Anybody else? Jonathan, close your laptop, baby. Sierra. I can't see that far. No, don't do that. When you have a line, then use rise over run. Okay, because it's going to be hard when you're graphing without graph paper. You can't get as accurate as you need to get. Okay. Yes, sir. Go ahead, baby. There's a sharpened pencil that's in that white container. Parker. To reduce the fraction. We had to reduce it.
How did we get 5?
Because 5 is the largest factor that will go into both. All right, we got x1, y1, x2, y2, okay? We're going to, that again. We're going to substitute these values into the formula, okay? What do we put on the top? What minus what? 8 minus negative 1. What do we put on the bottom? 3 minus 3. Okay, so what does this give us on the top? It gives us 9 in the bottom, 0. So this slope cannot have 0 on the bottom of a fraction. This is undefined. The answer here is undefined. This is not possible. You can't draw nothing in shade in 9. You cannot have 0 on the bottom of a fraction. 0 cannot be a denominator. It can be a numerator, but it cannot be a denominator. This is undefined slope. That means the points form a line that is vertical. All right. Number 3, we're going to label. This is x1, y1, x2, y2. Y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1 is the formula. What do we put on the top? Negative 12 minus a negative 20. Good job. What are we going to put on the bottom? 5 minus 7. I'm going to give people a chance to write, so I'm going to pause real quickly. People still writing. Okay. What do we get on the top here? Remember, minus a negative is plus a positive, so this is going to give
negative 32.
No, positive 8 on the top. And what do we get on the bottom? Negative 2. When we simplify that, what does that give us? And so what's the final answer? M is equal to what? Negative 4. Negative 4 over 1 or just negative 4? Label your ordered pairs, x1, y1, x2, y2. Please remember, don't wait for me to go over the problem before you start working it out, except for if you have no clue, okay? All right, let's do this. Y2 minus y1, this is a 2, over x2 minus x1. All right, what are we going to put on the top? What minus what? 9 minus 9. What are we going to put on the bottom? Negative 2 minus the 2. Okay? All right, on the top, what does that give us? 0. On the bottom, what does that give us? Negative 4. So what does that give us? What's 0? What did you have a question? That's okay. What is that going to give us as our final answer? 0. Remember, any number, 0 over any number is going to just be 0. So M has no slope. That means when you graph those 2 points, it forms a line that looks like this, a horizontal line. This was a vertical line because vertical lines have undefined slopes. And this is a horizontal line because horizontal lines have 0 slope. Okay? Any questions about that? Make sure that you write it. I'm going to pause to give you a chance to make your corrections, okay? And then turn and look at the homework to make sure you don't have questions about tonight's homework. Okay, so let's look at the homework, okay? All right, the ones that I did in the homework help video, I did these. This is what I did. So please go back and watch the video. I did just about all of them. I left you 3 to do. So please go back and watch the video from yesterday, okay? Okay, so let's look at this one. Let's look at this. We're going to label our points just like we did in the warm-up. This is x1, y1, x2, y2. Any questions about how to label the 2 points you're finding the slope for or rate of change? Now you're going to write down the formula. The formula for rate of change is y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. You have to know the formula by heart, okay? Bless you, babe. All right, what are we going to put on the top? What minus what? Negative 2 minus 0. Pause. People still writing. Okay. Sierra, what are we going to put on the bottom? What minus what? Good job, baby. Negative 3 minus 3. Okay. Genesis, what do we get on the top? What's negative 2 minus 0? Negative 2. Okay. Kylie, what do we get on the bottom? What's negative 3 minus 3? I didn't hear nothing you said. Negative 6. Okay. So now we're going to reduce this fraction. Let's reduce it. Okay, Parker, look, we're going to reduce it. What will go into both 2? What's the greatest common factor that will go into both 2 and 6 without a remainder? 2. So this gives you negative 1 on the top, negative 3 on the bottom. But when you simplify this, okay, a negative divided by a negative gives us what? A positive. So we are going to get a positive 1/3. Does that make sense? You good with that? Are you good with that? All right. Let's go over again. Okay. No problem. I'm going to pause here. All right. Let's look at number 9. Number 9 says found the value of y. This y is missing if this is the slope m. So all you're doing is writing the formula, and then you're going to substitute the missing parts and solve for what's missing. So I'm going to have to write small because the space is not big at all. So I'm going to write the formula here, y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. And I'm going to substitute, it's like a net, so I'm flying around. I'm going to substitute these numbers in its place. So this is x1, y1. This is x2, y2. And I'm going to plug these values into the slope formula. And what's the letter that we use for slope? So m is -1. So let's replace. We got -1 for m is equal to, on the top, what do we write? Okay, we got y minus a -5. And on the bottom, what do we write? -2 minus 5. Very good. All right, so now look. What does this give us? This is minus a negative. Minus a negative is going to change to what? A positive. This is going to be plus a positive. I'm just going, because of space, y'all, I'm just going to put +5. I'm going to go ahead and change it. Because of space, what does this change to? Somebody said it. We got, what's -2 minus 5? We get -7. I heard two different answers, y'all. All right, so now, how do we solve for y? What do we need to move to get y by itself? Nope, we can't move 5 yet. Can't just move the 5. That don't work. Move the -7. How do you move the -7? Nope. Multiply. Why multiply? What's this? Division. What's the opposite of division? You multiply both sides by -7 to move the -7. What's -7 times -1? Sorry. We got 7 here. It's equal to, this is gone. And what's left? Y plus 5. Now what do we do to get y by itself? Subtract 5. When we subtract 5, what does that give us? 2. So y is equal to what? 2. And that's how you do it. Okay. Any questions? All right. Okay, please put this in your interactive notebook on work to do. Okay. Please put in your interactive notebook work to do and take out the Matho board, please. Matho board. First and last name at the top. You okay, baby? Are you okay? Make sure that you put your first and last name. All right, new page in your notebook. This is where I need for you to show your work. This is going to be practice for our quiz tomorrow. The winner, I'm taking 2 winners for the Matho game. I have candy for the winners. All right, so this is page 27, Matho. This is where I need for you to show your work, okay? All right, with a pen, okay, a pen or a marker, I need you to write the answers that I'm going to give you in the empty spaces. To conserve time, we're going to scratch out the last row. All right, I'm going to stick the answers. I'm going to stick the answers anywhere on the board. If I was you, please don't put the answer where I put the answer, because you're probably not going to win. But if you want to take your chances on that, be my guest. Be my guest. All right. So let's do it. Y'all ready? Okay. So anybody need a marker? Okay. One person from each table, please come pick up a pack of markers for your table. I'm gonna sit them right here. Just one pack. All right, everybody got a pack markers? All right, so with the marker, I need you to put the answers, just randomly put them anywhere, okay? All right, here we go. This is an answer. Put T is equal to, in marker, anywhere. Put it anywhere. P divided by I R. Shh. Put it anywhere. Shh. Yes. W is equal to A minus 2L divided by 2. Shh. X is equal to Y plus 6 divided by 5. Y is equal to 8 minus 2x divided by a negative 3. X is equal to 15 minus y. B is equal to y minus mx. Y is equal to c minus ax divided by b. B is equal to 2a divided by h minus c. L is equal to v divided by w h r squared is equal to a divided by 4 pi. H is equal to v divided by pi r squared. X is equal to 14 plus y divided by 7. y is equal to 2a minus x. Oops, I write too heavy. I is equal to E divided by R. Z is equal to 6x divided by y. L is equal to R divided by 2A. B is equal to 3 capital A minus little a minus c, little c. Y is equal to 3x minus 5. R is equal to P N plus C. I had to go slow because if I would have just put it up there, then y'all would have been lost. Because I could have just put it up there, but then you'd have been like, I already had that one, or I already did that one. So I said, nope, not gonna go through that stress. All right, so now you have your pencils back. Put your markers back in the container. No cheating. All right, let's do it. So sorry. Well, I mean, I don't know what else to tell y'all on that one. I put them all up here. You see, I filled my board up. Did you erase the last row? I mean, they're all up here. They're all different. Okay, let's do it. Number 1. Yes, you got to solve it and then find the answer. Cross it out with your pencil. T is equal to... Nope, I don't want to do that one. We start off with something that's easier, right? P is equal to I, R, T. And you're going to solve for T. Then cross it out. Find the answer. Cross it out with your pencil. How do you get T by itself? All right. How do you get T by itself? What's attached to the T? I and R, how are they attached? What's the opposite of multiplication? So we're going to divide both sides by what? IR. Ooh, pencil. So this is gone, and we're left with P. I divided by R is equal to what? T. This is what we're looking for. T is equal to that. All right, let's do the next one. A is equal to R divided by 2L. We're solving for L. How do you get L by itself? Okay. All right, I'm solve for L. Easiest way, make it into a proportion. Put a 1 under the A and cross multiply. So when I cross multiply, I get 1 times R. What's 1 times R? Just the R. Bring down the equal. Then we have A times 2L. So I can put 2AL, put it in order, alphabetical order. Now, how do I get how do I get L by itself? Divide by, what am I trying to get rid of? The 2 and A. So divide both sides by what? 2A. Okay, when I divide by 2A over here, I get R divided by 2A is equal to L. So L is equal to this. Okay. V is equal to LWH. Solve for L. How do you solve for L? How are you going to get L by itself? Divide by WH. The operation between these is multiplication. The opposite of multiplication is division. Divide by WH. So on this side, I get V divided by WH is equal to what? L. Yes, baby, I'm sorry. All right. Ready? I couldn't hear you, babe. I'm sorry. I don't understand the question.
Like, imagine put 16 and 9.
Oh, don't worry about those. That's for me. All right. Solve for W. Come on, Anthony. All right. How do I get W by itself? What am I going to move first? Distributive property. I got to move. No, I got to move the 2 first. How is 2 attached to W? Multiplication. What's the opposite of multiplication? I'm going to divide both sides by 2 then. So on this side, I get A divided by 2. Bring down the equal. The 2 is gone now. What am I left with? Somebody said it. Say again. L plus W. Okay. Now what do I do? Mason, sit up, please. What do I do to get W by itself? Subtract L. Why am I subtracting L? Very good, because it's a positive L, so you got to do the opposite. Good, Abdul. So this side is going to give me the A divided by 2 minus what? L. Bring down the equal. What's left over here? W. Go ahead.
Why did we subtract L instead of W? Like,
Oh, because we're solving. We're trying to get W by itself. Does that make sense?
There's no answer for that. W equals A.
The answer is 2L. Yeah, it's like W minus A minus 2L divided by 2.
Oh, I put the wrong thing. Just mark this one. I put the wrong answer. I'm sorry. My apologies. All right. Number, which one I want to do next? I'm going to do this one. Y equals MX plus B. Let's solve for B. All right, how do you solve for B here? How do you get B by itself? Minus what? Very good. So when you subtract MX on this side, you get Y minus MX is equal to what? B. Okay. X plus Y divided by 3 is equal to 5. Let's solve for X. Okay. All right, what do you do to get X by itself? What do I have to move first? The 3. How do I get rid of the 3? Times 5. No, times 3, right? Is that what you mean? Okay. Multiply both sides by 3. So that this is gone. And what's left over here? X plus Y equals what? Now what do? I minus Y on both sides. And this gives me X is equal to what? 15 minus Y. Y is equal to 5X minus 6. Huh? Oh. Solve for X. Make sure that I get my markers back. Make sure I get my markers back. How do I get X by itself? Plus 6 on both sides, somebody said. This is Y plus 6 is equal to what? 5X. Now what do? Divide by 5. Good job, babe. So this gives me Y plus 6 divided by 5 is equal to what? Equals X. All right, let's put our calculators back. Oh, you can cross out the I love math one. Okay? And we'll finish the game tomorrow. Okay? Please put this up. We'll finish the game tomorrow. Calculators, please put my markers, put them back in the container and stack the markers on top of each other on the front table. Pick up cell phones.